So you need to scoot here. Some of you need to be where Jamiria is. Okay, Carl, go ahead. Jonathan, take one big scoot back. Jamiria, sit next to Jonathan, right over next to the bookshelf.
All right. Hi guys, thanks for letting me come to your class today. So my name's Aya, and so we're going to be reading a book. Can anyone read the title? An egg is quiet. What do you think that means?
Egg doesn't talk.
It doesn't talk. That's true. Yes.
The book's about an egg.
It's about an egg. Yeah.
When the egg comes out, it's quiet.
Mhm. Yes.
It won't have no sound to talk, like not talk.
That's true. These are all really good ideas. Okay, so today, what I'm going to do with y'all is we're going to read a book, and we're going to be asking ourselves some questions about it, okay? So what we're going to do is, can anyone tell me what this says?
What we are questioning.
What we are questioning.
Important information.
Question answer.
Questions answered. Okay, so this one is where we're going to start putting Post-its and start asking ourselves some questions about the story, okay? So, what are we questioning? So whatever questions we have about the book. And then important information. What is important information? Important information that you get from the text. And then on this one for questions answered, whatever questions we have during the book, we can move over here if we figure out the answer to our question. Sound good? Yeah? Okay. Put it down here.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use this chart. It's called a
This is for my class. Because I'm in school to be a teacher. So we got to record it so my teacher can see how I do it. Alright, so, yes ma'am, do you have a question?
Write that on a post-it note, and we're going to share and come put them up here, okay? So if you just hear a fact about
You're right,
something,
they don't talk. So, I guess we'll find out what the book's going to be about, right? Okay. So, an egg is quiet by Diana
As soon as you
Aston.
hear a fact, write that down on a post-it. And if you need more post-its, I can give you more. And then the W section of this is information that you're wondering.
An
or a
egg
question that
is
you may have
quiet.
about the book.
So, my first question is, I don't really know what that means. So my question is, how is an egg quiet? I don't know how an egg is quiet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it
So if you don't write down the question, that's what we're going to put here. And then hopefully later we'll have answers.
Okay.
That leads us to the house section, which basically is what information in the book
It
that you
sits
can learn.
there under its
So
mother's
down the book,
feathers,
or even in the
on
middle,
top of
if
its
you
father's feet,
hear something that answers one of your
buried
questions,
in
you
the
put in
sand,
W section. That's
warm,
what you're going to put in the
cozy.
L under information that you learned you did not know before you learned.
An
Okay.
egg
So
is
we're gonna read this
colorful.
book,
And
then
now I have
as we go,
another
I'm gonna
question
stop along the
when I
way,
was
and we're
reading
gonna
this
put
book.
Post-it notes
My
on
question
each
was,
section.
how
For
many
now,
different
you're probably
eggs
only gonna
are
have
there in the
information
world?
for the K
Do you
or
know the
the
answer to
W,
that
because you
question?
haven't really
1,000
learned anything,
million.
but that'll come later on.
See?
So
So that's going to be a question. I don't know the answer to that.
So you guys can write stuff down.
Put that right
So
there.
listen for any facts or any questions that you may have, and write those
Nobody
each on a
knows.
post-it.
Like nobody on the
And I'll
earth.
stop so we can put them on.
Someone probably knows. Is there a scientist? God might know.
It's two eggs.
You can
Two eggs. There are only two eggs in the world.
only one
God
egg.
knows
It's the egg.
all.
It does.
Ew, that's ugly.
Alright. An egg is shapely. There are round eggs. Sea turtles dig a hole in the sand with their flippers and lay up to 200 soft round eggs. Round eggs fit together nicely in tight places.
Are you talking about like different kind of eggs or like all the same eggs that you add, like add the other different eggs together?
Sometimes I was
Do you have a question?
You said
much more than this. I fold up my legs
What do you mean?
and sit quietly at the back of the school.
Where? This says shapely. So this is talking about shapes. Does anybody have any questions so far in the book?
you
What?
said
What is shape?
What does shapely mean? What do you think it
Here
means?
on this page, I found
What word is
facts
in there
I
that
thought
you
was
know
interesting.
already? Yes,
So my
ma'am.
faculty did a lot of work.
It's the shape of the egg. So when you look at all of these, are these all the same shape?
So I would take my post-it about a fact
So
I
it's
heard,
saying that all of
And I
these
would
eggs
put
are
that
in different shapes.
in the what I know
Yeah, so
section.
this one's
That's
round.
something that I learned. I mean,
This one kind of looks like an oval. This one's pointy.
I just did that, but if you hear something,
So they're all
you
different.
in the
Yes,
story,
ma'am.
write that down. It doesn't have, it can be on any page, okay? So if you've heard anything so far that you know is a fact, maybe
Oh,
it's
you're right.
like,
Together nicely in tight
you
spaces.
what's
that?
school for more than about
Okay.
a year.
We're
So
gonna
write
get
that down, and then we can put that up.
What's this?
But everybody had to use your own thoughts.
There are
and you can
oval
keep
eggs.
going, and I'll
When
stop so you can
ladybugs
look at
hatch
it.
as larvae, their first meal is often the egg case they crawled out
Oh,
of.
you don't have any? I'll give you some.
Did you know that?
No.
Ladybugs eat their own eggs sometimes.
That's cool.
There are pointy eggs. Seabird eggs are pointy at one end, so if they are laid on rock edges, they roll around in safe little circles, not off the cliff. So, did anyone know that there were pointy eggs?
No, yeah, no,
I didn't know that. Did you know they were pointy eggs?
no.
Chicken eggs are pointy? They're kind of round.
Chicken eggs. I never saw chicken at the top. You never saw chicken eggs. No, the egg that you eat.
Chill.
They're even tubular eggs. While most sharks give birth to live young, some sharks, like the lesser spotted dogfish, begin life in a leathery egg case with tendrils. The tendrils anchor the eggs to seaweed so they won't be swept away by the ocean current.
And put that
So,
under what I am wondering in the W section. Does
okay.
anybody have any
So,
questions so far for either
important
what you know
information.
or what you want to
I
know?
found eggs have a special design in order to survive. So they're all designed differently. Like this one. So why was that designed differently?
Okay.
What is this? That one.
Perfect job.
What is this one?
Yeah.
That's what some sharks come out of.
What?
A dogfish.
A dogfish.
A dogfish? Yes.
A dogfish.
Good. Perfect. I'm ready. You can put that in the notes section also.
Do you have questions? Does anyone have a question we can put on here? Yes.
Okay. Perfect. What question? You can put that on
So
the
what's
W
your
section.
question? Boys and girls, do they? So she said, why do they?
Okay. Yep. Good question. You can put that on the notes line. You do? Let's hear it.
Okay.
That's me?
So
Okay.
that's a
That's cool.
question right
You
there.
can put that on the W. Another one?
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No.
No? We're gonna move on.
Yep. So that which
Are
section?
we all paying attention?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Exactly. You can put it up.
The markings on some eggs help them blend in with their surroundings. This is called camouflage. Camouflage is an egg's way of hiding. An egg might be speckled to resemble the rocks around it, or it might be gray, the color of mud by a lake. An egg does not want to be eaten by a raccoon or a snake or a fox or an insect.
You have another
An
one?
egg is clever. Do we have any? What was
Mine?
that?
Okay. Perfect. You can put that one up on the board, and then we're gonna keep reading and come up with some more.
Well, it's kind of describing the ways that it
and then we can add more.
looks.
We'll have more time.
So you don't have to look at it like this. Right?
Good job. Okay.
One of these could be that egg.
Uh-huh. Did y'all hear that? What did she say?
Eggs camouflage.
So where would that go on our chart?
Question answer.
Important information. I'm going to put this up here. Okay, so that's a good one. So we're going to put that up here. So we're going to say, what was the important information? Then you can put on the board.
It was that egg, like different types. Some eggs and
I saw a good deal of tugs that persuaded people that slavery was wrong. Does anybody have any questions or
Okay,
that's
awesome.
Okay, we'll give
What
it.
is your name?
Yep, you have one.
Can you put that on the board for me? Awesome. So that's some
Okay,
important
great question.
information.
You can put that on the
We
W.
said eggs camouflage with rocks. Okay. Yes. Okay, what's your question?
The what? Yes, good. So you can put that on the K section, right? Because that is fact. Yeah.
Why is it messy on the top of the egg? That's a very good question.
Yep, you have one? Want to see what? Oh, yeah, that works. So that would be a question, right?
Okay.
Yep.
There you go. Put it right there.
Good question. So that would be in the W section, right?
Do you have a question? Yes. What is your question?
That's okay.
Why are they camouflaged?
Because they want to not get eaten. I already said that.
Well,
Good job. Okay. Then I found Mary. She used to be my wife. She was bright and brave with a flash cracking in her hair. All color
okay,
roses.
so
When I ran for
he had a good question, but some of his classmates
someday you will be president. How I laughed.
already said the answer, so where do you think this would go?
And I was nominated to run for the highest office. I talked about
Well, these don't have answers yet, right? But this one does.
No, it says white are eggs.
So do we know why?
Question, answer. That's
So
correct.
you want to put that on there? Awesome.
Also in the W section.
Okay.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions or
All right.
facts?
Do you have any more questions
I know he was.
or important information? Is that all we got so far?
Yes. There you go. So that would be a fact, right?
What is what?
Mm-hmm. Good. Yep.
I don't know.
Also,
Is that a
now
rock
we're a
or an
little further
egg?
in the book.
I think
Okay,
it's
one
an
second.
egg.
Now that we're a little further in the book,
So it's kind of hard to tell, right?
you might start to getting some answers to your questions that you asked. So if you ask something here that you heard me
So
say
why do
the
you think
answer
they
to,
do that?
write that down, and that'll be something that you've learned. So if any of these questions already got
That's
answered, you
awesome.
would put that here.
Did y'all hear that?
We need more-
Did you hear that? No? She said that
You got an
camouflage
answer
kind of
or
helps the egg hide from
Okay,
its
what's your
predators so it's not eaten.
That's
So
what
that
I
kind of
said.
answers his question, right? Of why it's camouflaged? That's awesome. Okay. Abe?
Or sit down so that your baby can see.
An ostrich egg can weigh as much as 8 pounds. It is so big and so round, it takes 2 hands to hold one egg.
Mary's is West. Yeah.
Hummingbird eggs are the size of a
Is that
jelly
a question?
bean. How small is a jelly
Yeah, okay,
bean?
perfect.
Like
So that
a
will go here.
tiny
It's the
piece.
same kind of
tiny,
question.
right?
That's good.
Tiny, I have some.
It would take about 2,000 hummingbird
Okay,
eggs
so what we're
to
doing
equal
over
the
here,
size
you're
of
gonna start
one
hearing things
ostrich
now.
egg.
So if there's anything that you wrote down in this
So it
section
takes
that you were
2,000
wondering about the
little
question,
eggs
if I'm
to
reading
make
that, hear the answer,
one that
write that on
size.
the note, and the answer will go in this section.
Isn't that
You
crazy?
didn't previously know that.
That's a pretty big number,
I
huh?
have to charge it. It's not 1,000.
You can count to 1,000 and stop interrupting.
Okay, so
It's okay, you don't need to write it down. But
one
we're gonna start
important
coming up with the
information
else
I got.
section
Do we know any
Things
important
that you learned.
information from this page?
Yes.
What?
Okay, good question. So that can go up on the W also. Now, as you write your questions, make sure you're
So
listening
one thing
to
that
see
I
if
came
you
up
get
with
any
was
answers. That's good.
eggs come in all different sizes. So where should that go?
So see these questions that you wrote here? All of
Important
them.
information.
Try
There
to
we
see
go.
if you can come up with any answers. Or just anything you learned about Abraham Lincoln's
Okay.
life. And that's going to go
Awesome.
over here too. Because you didn't previously
Do you
know
have
that
anything else to
before
add to the board?
Does that make sense?
No?
Almost.
Okay.
A couple more pages to go.
An egg is artistic.
No, I got it.
They all look different.
Oh, they're all different shapes and sizes.
All right,
And they all look
and
different.
we're gonna get time to do a couple more. So, make sure you're listening to see if any of these W's got answers. So you know in the learn section.
Mm-hmm. So where could we put that?
Right
Right there?
Tad, Lily,
So let's write that post-it out then.
So here's the answer for one of the things. So on my post-it note here, I wrote, yes, they had 3 sides, Tad, Lily, and Robert. Because that answers these questions that a couple of us had. So that's something that I learned throughout reading. So that would go in the L section for information
I'm
learned.
gonna put that on the board
See
for
how we
me?
all ask these kind of questions? That's the answer to it. What?
Awesome.
S-O-N-S. Yep, so that is an answer to a question, which is something that we
Okay.
learned, which will go in
Egg
this column.
is textured.
All right.
Does anyone know what textured means?
They were like fall down and down the road.
What does
What did
textured
people say?
mean?
They had no
It
hair.
probably
They were
means
I thought happiness is more important than marriage. Kansas, though I didn't like it when Tab wrote his card and goes down the White House Hall.
It does kind of look weird. All
It
right.
looks like a cheetah.
But we had a need.
So let's read about it and see what it says. There are hard eggs. Bird eggs are hard. And soft eggs. Reptile eggs are often soft and rubbery. And gooey eggs. Amphibian eggs are gooey. The goo keeps them from drying out.
I could not
You have a question?
and we lost as many battles as
What does amphibian mean? Does anyone know what an amphibian is?
it seemed.
What is an amphibian?
We had anything that we learned about his life or any questions. Yeah.
Like little.
Yep, that's good. So that will go right up here. Does anybody have any? Doesn't have to be an answer to one of these questions.
Well, these are
Anything
little
that you learned
eggs.
about
But
the
what
book
did you
so
say?
far?
What kind of eggs are these?
Frog tadpole egg.
They're frog tadpole eggs. So like a frog is an example as an amphibian.
That's probably a.
Yep. Does anyone have a different question? Because these are the same ones.
There is a sticky notes. We're about to get there. So amphibian eggs are gooey. The goo keeps them from drying out. There are smooth eggs. Most bird eggs are smooth. And rough
Something
eggs.
that you learned?
The eggs
That could go
of
in that. Or I
cassowaries,
think that could also be in the what you
emus,
know section.
and
Because that's a
cormorants
fact that
are
the
rough.
book told us.
You said it kind of looked
Right.
like a cheetah one. This egg's
So a
kind of
fact
rough.
about him would be that he's
It has
tall.
a
So I
rough
think that would go in
texture.
this column.
Can you crack all these eggs? Especially that one. You can crack the gooey egg.
Is that a question that we can put on the board?
That's a good question. That's the W section.
So I want
Does anyone have anything that they learned? Something for the L section. Yeah? Is that a question? Okay, so that would be a W.
Put that on
right?
there for me.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have other questions?
No.
Or any important information? Yes.
Will you be eating eggs?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Something
But we
be
want to
in
look for
there.
information that we learned.
When you eat
So,
eggs, is there
for
something in
example,
there?
I'll give you one. Right here it says, you won the Battle of Gettysburg. I didn't know that before reading, so I would put that in this section, right? So we want to find something that you learned throughout reading the text. Yes. You what?
Okay. You want to come put this up on the board?
You could put that in the learn section, because you didn't know that before. Yeah.
Where should that one
We
go?
have a lot of questions.
We do have a lot of
Yeah,
questions.
that's perfect. That would be something that you learned, right?
Well, what did you say?
Eggs is something
Mhm. So do you know the answer to it?
Are you gonna see the
Nope.
That could be
So if we don't know the answer, then it should go where? Right over there. Good job. Yes. Okay, what's your question?
And I went and saw all those graves lined up.
Why is what?
So right on the split. I could hardly see them. Words could not be near. And I thought my speech a short, poor thing. I felt
Why are eggs dry?
Excuse me,
That's a good
you
question.
just help me harness that.
Why are eggs dry?
You can sit behind you.
But not all eggs are dry, right?
the country is not divided and the slaves are free.
Because some eggs are
I can be
gooey.
glad of that, though when I look in the mirror, I see how sorrow has front lines in my
You know, that makes me think of another question.
I think there's information on here that we
But
can
I also think that it
that we
gets
did not know
answered.
before.
So in the book, it says amphibian eggs are
The
gooey.
country is not divided.
Why would they be gooey?
because
So this says amphibian eggs are gooey. The goo keeps them from
Okay, that
drying
can be a
out.
question to put up here.
Does that answer
I know
that
not
question?
every single question you ask is going to be answered, but some of them could be something that you learned through the text. So not all of these are going to get answered. But what from the reading did you learn that you did not know before? Not a question.
All right.
Something
Who
that you
hasn't put a post-it up?
learned. Anyone have anything?
So where does this go? Yep. Awesome. Okay.
Did anyone maybe write down that you
All right.
learned
Any
that
more important information or questions?
you won the battle?
Why eggs gotta
The
be
country
so
is no longer divided.
Why are they
So I
small?
would
Why
write that
are
down,
different
because that's
shapes
something that I did not
Why
know
are they?
before,
That's a good question.
but I learned that from reading.
Why are they different shapes and sizes?
You could say that he won the war. That's something that you learned through the text. Good Good job. Yep. Yeah, good. So that's something you learned. Yep, and that way.
So where is this going to go?
Yeah, in the L section. Perfect. Any more sticky notes?
Do we know the answer to it?
No.
Mm-mm. So where should our unanswered questions go?
What?
Right here, right here.
Another question?
Don't worry, you took my answer.
Okay. All right. Can we move on?
For the L?
Yes.
Perfect. So that will go right in the L section. Almost done.
Kind of different. We kind of already have that question here.
What?
We said, why do they look like that? And so we kind of have a question.
Let's keep reading.
Why does this one look different? That's a good question.
Why does X have to be different colors?
Why are they different colors?
Why those eggs
Okay, so I told Mary that
They do.
They do kind of look like eyeballs. All right.
Because they have a little
So what was your question? Why are they different colors?
how much
Do we have that on?
I'll put why
why
are eggs white?
and that's the end of the book.
Not all eggs are
And
white.
we have why are they different shapes inside of this?
I wrote why
You don't have to come up with something for every single one. But basically, see here, this
Yep,
is
that's what she
information
said. You want
we
to
did
put that
not
up
know
here?
before we read the book, and then as we read,
Can we let everybody get a chance to put
came up with
something up on
information.
it?
Yes,
Just by reading.
Yes, you
And that's
can.
this one. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, that's good.
All right, everybody sit
So
down.
now,
If you have something to put on the board, you can put one on.
and that can go
So where does that go? Do we know the answer to it?
Do you know what the answer to your question
No.
is based off?
So where does that go?
Because remember here we asked how did he have any
Perfect.
children, and then what was the answer? That he had 3 sons. So the answer to your question is that you know he does not have any daughters, right?
Okay.
You could put that one in the W.
An
and
egg
then write a new
might
one
even be
that says, no, he did not have any daughters.
Fossilized means
Oh, it's in here.
So write another one that says
it's
he
in
does
have
not
to.
have any
Okay, well let's see if it answers the question in here. The remains of creatures that died millions of years ago may become rock hard or
So that was
fossilized.
right? That he never gave up.
Fossilized.
Perfect. So you put that here. Yeah.
Scientists have unearthed fossilized dinosaur eggs all around the world. Some are round and some are oblong.
Dinosaur like dinosaur.
Yeah, what is
When
that?
I'm done reading the page, we can ask questions, okay? Some are as small as 1 inch across, or some are as large as 20 inches. Scientists believe all dinosaurs hatch from eggs. All right. Do we have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
It says that he got a friend that you read in the book. Would that be something that you do? Or something that you learned to read?
Get old, really old, and it
Yes, exactly. So that will go actually in the
I don't know, but I think we're going to stick to questions about eggs.
But you did
Got
that.
me.
Right.
Yes.
Why do the egg look cracked?
Why does it look
How old
cracked?
is he? Good question. That can go in here.
It's a different shape.
Yeah.
It's you have a lot to do.
You did.
But you can't crack it. I'm not saying.
You had a lot of
Okay,
responsibilities.
so
Yeah.
it sounds like
That will
people
go
have
in the L,
answers to
because
the
you learned
question. So where would this question go if we have answers to it?
How old is he?
Questions
Important information. Question and answer.
answered. No, answered that.
Perfect. Wherever it fits. That's good.
Did you answer the question?
I
No, you
answered
did
it.
it.
But the more you did mine.
Let's try to not do any more questions, but try to
Do we have
add
any
some to the
more
learning
questions?
section. And then we're gonna finish up because we have so much
Yes.
information for the
That.
question.
How do eggs like hatch?
How do the eggs hatch?
You had kids? So
I
that's
don't
something
know.
that you learned, right?
Do you think
So that
maybe
would go
it'll
to this
answer?
section. Before
Oh,
we go
I
to
got one.
Okay.
Perfect.
What?
What?
No.
He
Who has a question? question?
Me.
You want to come up and put it on the board?
Zamani, she will not call on you if you're going to meet. Thank you for raising your hand quietly.
Okay. Who has a question? You have a question? Where does that go? Do we have an answer? Perfect.
No.
So where does that go?
Mm-hmm.
So put it right there.
That's a good question, but I think you should say he was the president because that's something that you learned.
Why are eggs small?
Because it was already answered. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Okay.
When he was the president, he won.
Where does that go? Do we have an answer?
He was the president. This one. Was that something that you knew? Okay.
Our eggs are solid.
Are eggs solid?
Good job.
Go.
Okay, so that's something that you learned.
Okay. So do we know the answer to that?
No.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Hey,
Put that on there.
God.
Yes.
So that's something that you learned also. That have a lot of good information. That's on this one. You put it wherever you want. Perfect. Yep.
Was the day something that got like different eggs?
We answered that question, remember? Yes, you've been waiting patiently. Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Don't put that in the L. And then write your last one, and we are going to wrap it up. We have
What
so
was that?
many good information on, so much good information on here.
Did they hatch? Could fossil eggs hatch? Do you think fossil eggs can hatch?
I
don't know.
Good. So that can go in the L, right?
Yes, ma'am. What's your question?
Okay, last one.
I can't hear her ask her question.
How are chicken eggs, white are different than all eggs?
Can you put this on there for me?
I got
How are chicken eggs different from other eggs?
another quiz.
So that can go on.
You can put them wherever.
You have so much good information on things that we learned.
This
So you guys see this is helpful for when you're reading. It can separate out your thoughts. So you have information. Yep. You have information that you already knew. And then this
What's
one
your
you call
question?
your question.
My question
And
is,
the information you learned helps you go through the book and understand the information. You understand?
so what do dinosaur eggs look like?
What? Okay, so that would go in here, right? Alright, good job guys. You had so much good information. So now you see how if you separate it out, you're going to eventually come up with some answers to the questions. They're not all going to get answered.
Okay.
But you learn
Alright,
a
we
lot
gotta
from
finish
it.
the book, okay? But you all are asking really good questions. I'm gonna have to pull it away and you can't put post-its on it. Are you gonna pay attention to the book?
So that goes in the L.
An egg is giving. An egg gives the little creature growing inside it everything it needs.
That's good.
The shell is its home. The yolk is its food. The egg
So
whites
that's about
are
it, but you guys understand how to use the KWO chart? Understand
The
what
shell
each section
is
means
covered
and how it
with
helps?
teeny
Yeah.
tiny
Awesome.
holes
Great
which
job.
allow air to enter. So,
You want to. Very good.
I know we have a lot of questions, but is there any important information?
Good job. That was really good. You have so much good information.
Yes.
Look, it got a hole in it.
Eggs has tiny holes. Did you know that? That's important information. Did it say why it has tiny holes?
People I don't know the answer.
It did say why it has tiny holes.
Oh.
If you are in Mr. Carter's class, yes, please do get your iPad and your dictionary.
So it says it allows air to enter, so air can get in. Thank you. All right. 2 more pages. An egg is quiet, then suddenly an egg is noisy.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So, important information. What's the important information? Where there? I don't know yet. I guess we'll find out. Maybe. No, in the camera.